Welcome to the Bandano Podcast, where we're calling a spade a spade. Great to be here with you guys today. Why are we not surprised? Natasha Cloud, she's not a happy camper. Someone who's run roughshod all over this league, doing a whole lot of hooping and humping on the company dime. As soon as she catches wind, wait, they're not paying for that anymore? Wait, they're not going to put us up in apartments anymore so we could just have some fun? Oh, I'm definitely not signing this deal. Yeah, Natasha Cloud, we're not surprised. Brianna Turner, she's not happy either. She's getting up on her soapbox. Oh, no player should have to deal with the reality of living in reality. I can't believe they have to do that. Yeah, we know, Brie Turner, we know. We also have some details regarding the latest offer in CBA negotiations from the owners to the players. We're going to go over it all, so please like the video, comment, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below on what Natasha Cloud has to say, on what Brie Turner had to say, and on some of the details that have been released. Let's get right into it. Natasha Cloud, we want team housing. Of course you do. Of course you do, Natasha Cloud. Somebody who's on the same team as their girlfriend this year, and the New York Liberty pays for that. You guys get the point. Of course, Natasha Cloud wants team housing, and we know what transpires on most of these teams. Of course, they all want team housing. It's like a sorority. It's like college after college that the WNBA pays for. It's actually pretty crazy. It's actually pretty crazy. Never should have been in any of these CBA deals. The owners understand that. This must have been during the era where if they say no to these players, they're just going to drag them publicly. And the owners are saying, you know what, we're done with this. We need to take at least this part of the deal back. But after you give and give and give and give, well, once you start taking away, you get met with greater resistance. Natasha Cloud also goes on to say, this makes no sense for our younger players. For the players that get cut and are stuck in leases instead of teams that bring in replacement players. Nor for players in bigger markets, let alone talking about player safety in safe areas. WNBA commish, we want a girl's girl. Natasha Cloud, quick question. What is a girl's girl? Don't answer that. Don't answer that. This makes no sense for our younger players. Well, it makes no sense for them to even have put this in the deal in the first place. So that's number one. Is it fair? Life's not fair. Move on. Life's not fair. Sacrifices. Preparation. Life's not fair. Let alone talking about player safety in safe areas. What areas are we talking about, Natasha Cloud? What areas aren't safe? I dare you to name cities. I dare you. I dare you to isolate all those people that put you on a pedestal and name some cities. I dare you. You won't call a spade, though, Natasha Cloud. Why am I not surprised? Let's move on to Brie Turner. The math certainly isn't mathing, Brie Turner says. Housing should be a priority. Why? Well, here we go. Not just to maintain the best on-court product, but also in terms of player safety. Here we go with player safety. Playing on a minimum and unguaranteed contract while trying to source housing sounds like a reality no WNBA player should face. Let's just use those middle four words on the bottom line. Sounds like a reality. They don't want to live in reality. That's the that's the truth of this all of the matter. She also said earlier, to maintain the best on-court product. Now, you might be onto something here, Brie Turner. Because if you guys get housing now, and what we see on the court is, quote, the best on-court product, then I'm petrified to see what it will look like if you guys have to pay for your own housing. I am petrified. How many missed layups are we going to get? How many bloopies are we going to get? Shout out to the Pope. Yeah, you might be onto something. Short-term rentals in safe areas in a somewhat close distance to team practice playing facilities. Then what happens if you get traded or cut at any point before the guaranteed deadline? How do foreign players navigate a housing market that many Americans currently struggle with? Short-term rentals in safe areas and a somewhat close distance to team. She wants to be put up in the Ritz. These players want to live in the Ritz. As someone whose salary was close to league minimum this past season and unguaranteed, yeah, they still should have waived your ass. I can't believe they didn't. Having housing provided was clutch. I'm sure it was. We would all love free housing, especially in the areas that these teams put you up in. Every person would love that. But again, it's not reality. You have to pay your own way. You have to earn your own. Sorry, not really. Also, the housing market varies drastically across W markets. Oh, wow, you don't say. A minimum salary looks completely different depending on what percentage is going towards your rent. She also says, yes, I'm cognizant that others live in these cities on much less, and it's a privilege to even debate this topic. Oh, so real people, real Americans, make much less than you and still manage to pay their way, but you're going to sit here and complain about it. Why? Oh, because you play basketball. You play in the WNBA. That's why. Ah, very interesting. Very interesting. I only see myself wanting the best standards for past, current, and future players. It's fine and dandy. Very fine and dandy. Let me know your thoughts on Natasha Cloud and Bree Turner's comments. Let's get to some of the new details within this latest CBA offer deal. Sources said the WNBA's current salary structure proposal would result in the players receiving less than 15% of total league revenue. That percentage would decrease over the life of the CBA based on the league's revenue projections. So if I got this right now they're at around 9%. With the new deal, it'll be a little bit less than 15%, decreasing year over year based on projections. Okay. We continue. The draft combine is what they're going to be implementing. The WNBA has proposed holding a draft combine in the offseason. To be eligible for the draft, invited players would be required to participate. In the league's proposal, base rookie contract salaries of invited players who did not participate without an excuse absence would be reduced by half. This I understand. Why do they want a draft combine? Because players get drafted every year in the WNBA that don't need to be playing in the WNBA. Players get drafted by teams each year in the league that will be better served playing overseas in some third tier league in Europe. They want to weed out the trash, so to speak. Put them in a combine. All right, makes sense. Core designation. The Players Association has proposed eliminating the core designation, the WNBA's proverbial franchise tag. As of now, the league has rejected the idea. The union is broadly looking to eliminate team-exclusive negotiating rights. Whether the core is a part of the new agreement is also relevant to the expansion draft rules, as previous expansion drafts have included regulations regarding the number of core players. The league also seeks to limit the number of guaranteed contract teams can offer players. Currently, teams have a limit of 6 veteran-protected contracts. The unit is looking to remove the per-team limit. Rookie-scale contracts. In the current CBA, rookie-scale contracts last 4 seasons, including a team option in the 4th year. The union would like to reduce the contract length to 3 years so players can reach free agency at a younger age. Indeed. One way to allow players to reach free agency sooner would be to lower the age limit. However, a source that says the topic has not come up. Currently, players in the NCAA have to be 22 in the year of the draft, and international prospects are draft eligible at 19. How many Dominic Milangas are really out there? As a freshman, could Sarah Strong come in the WNBA last year? Potentially. Could Juju have entered in the WNBA? Potentially. So we're naming, what, 1 player a year? Maybe. 2 players a year? The last thing you want is for players to be draft eligible when they're 19, 20 years old, not be ready, and they're not eligible to return back to college, and now they're just floating in purgatory. So that's something that the WNBA will need to work with the NCAA about. Expanded season footprint. We already talked about that. Non-birthing parental leave. The current CBA doesn't include a leave policy for non-birthing parents. However, throughout negotiations, the Players Association and league have exchanged proposals about parental leave for non-birthing parents. The league's latest proposal allows non-birthing parents 1 week of paid parental leave. It is unclear what the union's counterproposal includes. Housing and cars. The league has removed team-issued housing from its proposals. Players are currently provided either team housing or a monthly housing stipend, which varies by team market. The league has also proposed eliminating the provision of cars for players. So let me get this straight. Holy shit. The league's paying for their housing and they're paying for their transportation. They might as well pay for their groceries. They might as well pay for their trips to the laundromat. They might as well give them gift cards for Walmart to put TVs in that house. They might as well go to IKEA with these players so they can put furniture in their apartments. It's crazy. The league, why would you guys agree to this in the first place? Minimum facility standards, staffing requirements. These two are on the same page about this. Retirement benefits. Among the possible benefits for retiring or retired players, the sides have discussed a one-time payment for former players with a certain number of years of service. However, the amount to be tendered is under negotiation. The Players Association is seeking medical benefit for uninsured retired players. Retired players don't deserve shit. There, I said it. They don't deserve a dime. They don't deserve a nickel. They don't deserve a penny. They deserve a, you did good while you were here. But you didn't make us any money, so why should I pay you again? Wait. You guys didn't make us any money, so why should I pay you again? You guys kept us in the basement. You guys kept us in the attic. Why should I pay you guys? Mental health. The union would like players to receive reimbursement for mental health services in the new CBA. The league has included access to mental health care in its proposals, but a gap remains in the financial component. And term length. The current CBA went into effect in January 2020 and is set to run through the 2027 season. Both sides were allowed to opt out November 1st, and the union exercised that option. There's no specification on the length of the next agreement. Those terms are expected to be negotiated along with the rest of the CBA. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Appreciate all the support. Like the video and subscribe. That means so much to me. See you next time, and as always, take it easy.